Okay, it's golden hour time. I'm gonna take a walk down by the river. Today I want to talk about your dreams. Are you hurtling towards your dreams? Are your dreams hurtling towards you? Or do you feel that your dreams are just kind of out there and that they're unobtainable? That's coming up. Alright, so I got Runtastic going. We're gonna start our walk. Today I'm gonna go head down by the river. There's good photo opportunities down by the river. Here we go. At 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday, you can walk right down the middle of the street. I'm in the city. You don't hear horns beeping. It's a beautiful thing.
Just be happy with who you are. Don't follow the crowd of the masses. Be yourself and you'll be okay.
Here come the chemtrails. So I wonder what all these locks are about. What's that place in Paris? There's a place in Paris where they put all the locks. What do they represent? Someone who's died, or do they represent someone that you love? I think it's a love thing because there's a heart on this one. I'll find it online and drop it here in the video.
Other people, just be happy with who you are.
I wonder how much weight those ropes are supporting with each one of those stone blocks. And they go all the way up to the ceiling. Pretty interesting structure. Look at all the birds. They're all going crazy. Can you see them? See all the nests up there? So talking about dreams, you know, I believe that we were born to dream, and I believe that we were born to imagine and create. You know, I believe we're created in God's image, and God is the great creator. And I believe that's what we're supposed to do, is dream new dreams and create new things. And I think that the noise of the world really sucks our creativity. Somebody said yesterday on my wall, I think it was Tony, he said, I said in yesterday's blog, I said, I've really been hit with a creative wave, and he said, I need a creative wave. And I think that if you want a creative wave, you've got to create the environment that fosters creativity. Creativity is all about being in the zone and staying in the zone. And I think the noise of the world kind of takes us out of the game. All of the, you know, bad news coming from all sides and the status notifications and all that stuff just kind of takes us out of the game. And I believe that if you want to be creative, if you want to experience a creative wave, that you have to create the environment. You look at, you know, all the news about Prince, and say what you want about Prince, regardless of what you thought of him, his music, his talent, whatever. The guy knew how to create an environment that fostered creativity. The guy knew how to basically design his own world. And he designed his world in a way that optimally served him, in a way that creativity was optimal. You know, he painted the walls purple. He created Paisley Park, and he created Paisley Park, and he designed every room in such a way that made him, you know, emote. And I think that's what we have to do. If you want to experience a creative wave, if you want to be in that zone where you're creating and where you're going after your dreams, you've got to design your life. I was talking about living a life of design a couple days ago, and a lot of people are afraid to do that. A lot of people don't believe that God will meet their needs. A lot of people think that they have to have a job, and they get fearful when they don't have a job. They get fearful at the thought of having no income. And so they stay at a job that they're really not called to do, or they stay at a job that doesn't cause them to grow, and they feel stifled, but they stay anyway, or they feel stagnant, or they feel underutilized. And I really believe that life was meant to be experienced on an epic level. I believe we were created to design our life, and I believe that we were created to be all that we can be, just like the motto for the Army says. I really believe that we're supposed to be all that we can be. And how do we do that? We first have to believe that it can be done. And you know, we can't take action on the things that we don't believe for. And I've always believed for big things. I've had a lot of people say, Tom, you know, your faith is so incredible. Well, I've been exercising faith since I was 14, dreaming about being in a band, teaching myself how to play guitar, and dreaming about being on tour and all that stuff. So it's a muscle that I've exercised quite a bit. And at the age of 50, I'm still a dreamer. At the age of 50, I'm still imagining new possibilities for my own life, and it's really exciting. And so, yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm gonna turn around and start heading back. Oh, I might have to stay here and turn into the light. So yeah, I'm in the middle of a creative wave, but the creative wave has come with years and years of preparation. Listen to that train. The creative wave has come with years and years of me learning how to create an environment where my creativity can flow, and then tapping into the creative flow, and then of course being as creative as possible. And this is why I fast television, because I want to be a media developer, I want to be a content creator, and I don't want to be dictated to on the content, right? I need to keep the flow open with new ideas. So I'm constantly doing the personal development, I'm constantly reading new books, and just keeping myself in a place of inspiration. And when you live in that inspiration zone, man, amazing things can happen. You'll be amazed at the stuff you can manifest if you stay in that zone of inspiration, if you stay in the creative flow, and then you just believe for more, and then you go after those things that you want to manifest. You go after them with fervor, you go after them with expectancy, you go after them with passion. It's amazing what can happen. It's amazing the good things that can come out of left field. So if you're a dreamer, don't be ashamed to dream, and don't let anyone steal your dream. If you got a dream, you really do need to go out and get it. And the thing that I love about dreams is that they're all different, and everyone's dream is unrealistic. I want to encourage you to dream unrealistic dreams, because when I say unrealistic, I don't mean literally. I mean most people. The status quo thinks your dream is unrealistic. If your dream wasn't unrealistic, it would just be a goal. But the fact that it's unrealistic is what makes it a dream. But it doesn't mean because it's unrealistic that it's unattainable. It just means that it's awesome, that it's a lofty dream, and you deserve to go after it. And the world needs you to go out and manifest your dream, whatever it is. The world needs new inventions. The world needs poets and troubadours and musicians and singers and songwriters and sculptors and painters and entrepreneurs that create things out of thin air. Entrepreneurs that make something out of nothing. Entrepreneurs that see something that didn't exist and makes it a reality and enhances the quality of human life. You know, man, I order green organics now and they come to my door. That service didn't exist 10 years ago, maybe not even 5 years ago. And if it did exist, it certainly wasn't mainstream. You know, there might have been a market here or there would deliver your groceries, but the point that I'm making is somebody had an idea and said, you know what, I'm going to build a platform where people can order stuff and we're just going to bring it to their door. And it's enhancing the quality of my life because somebody else had a dream, because somebody else had a vision, because somebody else went after it and said, you know what, I'm going to make this a reality. Let me encourage you to dream, and to dream big. And I'm going to turn around and shoot some more pictures, so I'm not signing off yet. More to come. It's really a lot of fun when you dare to dream. Remember when you were a kid and you used to play games with your friends and you used to imagine all kinds of stuff? And you know, I'm 50, so we didn't have video games back when I was little. We used to, you know, play in the street, and we used to play all kinds of stuff, right? And we used to imagine. We used to just use our imaginations and dream awesome dreams. And it was, you know, you could stay engaged for hours when you were a little kid, just dreaming about, you know, I remember, gosh, I wasn't even a little kid. I remember being a teenager in my early teens, like maybe 13, 14, and dreaming about having a Trans Am with a black Trans Am with a gold eagle. That was one of the dreams I had when I was 12 or 13. I think it was probably inspired by Burt Reynolds. But I think that the noise of life squeezes all of the creativity and the passion out of us. And when that happens, we start settling. You know, if you remember when you were little, you used to dream really big, lofty, amazing dreams, and your dreams were just so unrealistic. You know, kids used to dream about being astronauts and rock stars and all these high, lofty things, and then they grow up and, you know, the guys that dreamt about being astronauts wound up being accountants or wound up getting a, you know, a sales job. And I really believe that the world and that life does its best to, you know, to squelch our dreams. I believe that. I believe that society that we live in, it's so filled with negativity and it's so filled with gossip. And I think all of that stuff really sucks the creativity. You know, I stopped watching television completely. And, you know, I watch some stuff on YouTube. I look for inspirational stuff and I look for educational stuff. But what happened when I started fasting TV is my creative juices started flowing. Another thing that happened is I started eating much more healthy. I don't always eat healthy. You guys have seen some burgers and some fries on my wall. But I've been getting the green leafies in. I've been getting the liquid vitamins in. And as I'm eating healthy, I'm processing everything so much differently. I can't explain how and I can't explain why, but I think it has to do with the pineal gland, and I think it has to do with just optimum health. I really believe that when you're eating processed food, you're walking around in a fog. I think the average American that's overweight, I think the average American is walking around in a fog. They're actually probably not getting enough water. They're actually probably on some level dehydrated. And on another level, because they're eating unhealthy, because they're eating all these processed foods, they're not getting proper absorption. And I think that their whole system just needs a reboot. There's a guy from Australia, his name is Joe. He's got Reboot Your Life, or something to that effect. I'll find a link and put it in there. He inspired me to start juicing. Now, I didn't fast like him, but he inspired me to start juicing. And I think that if we want that creative wave and we want to pursue our dreams, that we've got to be living the most optimally that we can. We've got to be creating the environment where our creative juices are flowing. We've got to create an environment where we can really thrive, because when you start to thrive is when you can really start to create something amazing. So let me encourage you, whatever your dream is, whether you want to be a painter, a sculptor, a singer, whether you want to be the President of the United States, whether you want to be a rocket scientist, it doesn't matter. Let me encourage you. First, you've got to believe that it's attainable, and then just start taking the steps. You feel so much better when you're being true to yourself. You feel so much better when you're stepping into your true identity. And those of us that, you know, have to keep a job because, you know, we have a mortgage and a house, God bless you, more power to you. By all means, you've got to do what you've got to do. But if you feel called to do something different, then you got to moonlight on your job, and you got to start taking the steps towards that shiny, happy vision. You got to start going after that dream while you're working your day job and while you're paying the bills and feeding your family and all of those things. I've walked that line myself. It's not an easy line to walk, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot more filled with passion than a morning commute and a rush hour commute every day. You know, I remember I got so tired of seeing the same scenery on my commute every day. I felt like a rat on a wheel, and it was so uninspiring. And it was when I got rear-ended on the highway. I was going to work in the morning, and I was going through the Grandview Triangle. And the Grandview Triangle is just always heavy traffic. And I had my foot on the brake. I was at a standstill waiting for traffic to move, and somebody wasn't paying attention behind me, and they hit me. A small truck hit me, rear-ended me, gave me a concussion, totaled my car. And that was the day that I made the decision, I am never going back to my job. And it wasn't because my job was such an awful job, it was just that I was uninspired, and I felt like there was so much more to life. And that was way back in 2002, and I think I went to about 3 more days of work, and then I left. I left for good, and I have no regrets. Here we are in 2016, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. I've had my ups, I've had my downs, I've had my you know, I've had my moments of glory and I've had my times that were low, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade any of it because I've been living life on my own terms. I've been pursuing my dreams and passionate about going after my dreams, and I pray the same thing for you. Look guys, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a comment below, get vocal. If you're getting any fruit from these talks, please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, if you're an entrepreneur, whatever business you're in, you need leads, visit me at tomcellie.me/subscribe. And there I will give you a free audio, 30 places to find leads today, 30 sources to get leads today. Absolutely free. Just give me your best email and then confirm the email and I will whiz that off to you. And I'm also going to give you a ton of awesome content in an email trickle. And it's my best content. I'm putting my best articles together, and there will be no affiliate links. So you don't have to worry that I'm going to try to beat you over the head with a business opportunity. I'm all about the sweet content love, baby. And until next time, this is Tom Cellie saying live well, love well, and God bless.